We're live on
Yes.
StreamYard.
What's up, everybody? What's up, Instagram? What's up, Facebook? So, we are live today. We are going to be talking about a topic which is actually relevant. And usually, as coaches, we get this question asked on the weekends Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So, usually, I answer that on Saturday mornings, Sunday mornings, and sometimes in the weekends and during the week as well. So, I'm just going to give you an answer for this in general. So, today we have Angie joining in, the nutrition coach of Team Empire. And
Hey
we
everyone.
yeah, hey everyone, like introducing Angie, and she's a coach as well, so she's actually like taking care of the nutrition parts most of the time. So today the topic is like most of the time people gets frustrated in their fitness journey with regards to when they keep checking their weight scale. Most of the time people get end up getting frustrated because sometimes when the weight scale doesn't move, you end up giving up. That has happened a lot of times, and people have come to us and told this happening like a lot of times. So today, just want to let you know why you shouldn't be frustrated and understand that it's a part of your journey. So there's a lot of reasons for it, like five, six, seven, or maybe a lot. We can come up with a lot, but we thought like three would be ideal because three would actually help you, and three other things. Mostly, it's only those three things which are happening. So, talking about this topic, Angie, do you get this question asked a lot? Like, how many times? Last
Yeah,
week, I asked 3 times.
we get a lot of clients asking us this question, and unfortunately, we also get a few people that are on the edge of giving up just because of this. They are
Yes.
making progress in reality, but when
Yeah.
they see the scale weight just jump up suddenly, they think that they are not making any progress and they tend to give up. So we want to put a stop to that and
Yes.
yeah, give you some actual reasons as to why it happens.
Yes. We are going to de-stress you, and we're going to let you know that this is actually part of the process, and it happens to everybody. So, without actually like furthering this, like let's start this. So, are you actually frustrated with that the fact that like your weight scale is fluctuating? Like some days like it's going low and some days it's going up, and it's just the way it is. So in generally, what I say is, it's life is like a ECG report, and it's if you when it goes on a straight line, you die. So you need to understand that. Like even the scale is the same thing. It goes up and down, up and down. It's not something which will go down like this. And even if it does, like there will be points where it'll stop or it'll slow down and all of that. And these are the common questions we get asked when we actually deal with fat loss clients. When they have a lot to lose, I understand the frustration you go through when it doesn't drop the way it's supposed to drop, right?
Yep.
We do understand that, but we are going to tell you three reasons. So number one would be the sodium intake. So when I say sodium, you don't need to cut sodium. Sodium isn't something bad or anything like that. Not That's not what we are saying. It's just the fact that when you are eating, let's say you are eating on a plan, eating from home, and you are eating clean, and the sodium content is going to be less than you're supposed to consume on a daily basis. So you will stay good for 5 days of the week. And on the weekend, you eat something outside, and when you are eating from a restaurant, the food will have sodium and it will have all those things. And when you have that, what happens is like it'll retain some water weight. It's not fat. So let's say your weight was 65.5 or something like on Friday, and suddenly like it's been like dropping from 67 till Friday, and then suddenly on Saturday it's 66 again, and I'm frustrated. I only lost 1 kilo. I was actually 1.5 kilos. I've lost 1.5 kilos till Friday. I don't know what
Okay.
happened. I was sticking with my calories, but I gained 500 grams. I'm going to give up. Don't do that. It's just part of the process. When the sodium has water retain will contain some water, you're only going to have retain the water weight. It's not the fat. So it's a different process. You're only gaining fat when you're on a calorie surplus. So when you let this happen, like let this frustrate you rather than focusing on the process you have come through so far, you can't give up because it's gonna like affect the entire journey. So you must understand, if you are eating out, let's say you do, enjoy that. Like do not restrict yourself too much. As in the fitness journey, what you must do is enjoy the process. Like it's not about restricting yourself.
Yeah.
Our concept is not about like doing a bunch of cardio and doing a lot of exercises, working out 2-3 hours a day in the gym and getting results. That's not the way we want you to do, because probably as competitors we might have to do that in our circumstances when we are on prep, but that's actually for competitors. For general public, it's all about being healthy and not about like being the best shape or like focusing on like certain areas of your body or anything like that, right?
Yes.
Is there something you want to add with regards to that? Because I think I actually covered up all, yeah, but like
Yeah.
let's.
Yeah. So just a small thing is to be careful when it comes to sodium, as you said, with restaurant meals. Even though you think that you ordered a, it may be a healthy meal, even if it's just a salad. Restaurants tend to double up on things like sodium just to please our taste buds. So just be aware of it. That's all. You don't have to change anything. Just get back on track the next day.
Yes, exactly. So the second topic is like this is something I've actually I came across this morning as well. So stress, the cortisol, the stress hormone. So we understand like so many times like people actually do everything right, but they don't
Mm.
actually, they're stressed out. Because one thing like I realized was like when they're on a calorie deficit, like on a properly like everything is on point, but they're stressed out. We actually track it because sometimes the weight loss doesn't happen the way it's supposed to happen
Yep.
certain times. So like because of that, what we realize is like one of the things you want to understand is stress is not the reason why you're going to gain fat. No, that's what it is marketed, but stress is the decisions you make after being stressed is what's going to make you gain fat, right? So when you are stressed
Yes.
out, like when you are in the verge of giving up, because the weight scale isn't dropping or like the way it's not happening the way it's supposed to happen, when you get stressed out, what happens is you will gain weight based on the decisions you are going to make, right?
Yep.
So that's the one reason why, like I would say, stress is the second reason why people actually gain sorry, weight scale fluctuates. So um, so when your stress hormone increases, it can also retain the water weight temporarily. That can happen, and when you these times, because you as a coach, one of our jobs is to make sure to understand if you're stressed out at a level where it's not good. We usually tell you to like take a break, because last week I
Yep.
actually told two clients to take a break with the diet, because you have been with us for a longer period of time and it's time to like take a break for your own good, because this way you won't put a lot of stress in your body. Because sometimes people actually stress out like thinking, okay, like I didn't portion this meal right, like this thing didn't go right, is it going to affect this? You're only stressing out, and anyway that's going to make you take a bad decision. So few grams, few calories, let's say 50 calories up or 50 calories down isn't going to make a massive difference unless it's 300 or 400 or 1000 calories up. So when you are like when you are I understand you try to do your best when you are in our program, try to transform and everything, but we don't expect you to like be on point with everything. We do say on point, but it's not exactly that what we mean. We mean like get closer to that. So when you do get closer, like it'll actually in the long run you will actually understand the lifestyle of it. Like you will know how to eat a burger outside, like how much I'm supposed to consume. Like you will know your calories, like in the long run.
Balance.
So balance, exactly. So you will know where you will get filled up and everything, all of those things. And other factor is the fact that I actually realized it this with my personal experience. Remember 2019 when I was on a prep to Italy, like I was working night shifts. You were like all around the
Yeah.
world,
Yeah.
and
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, Ashan was actually like from Sri Lanka, and like we had three time zones going on. So Team Empire was 24/7, and people were getting replies like no matter what time they
Yeah.
were actually messaging us. So during that period, like I was on a prep, and I wasn't supposed to like do night shifts and be on a prep for 8 months and like win. That's not possible. Like that's not possible. So what I did instead was I actually slept during the day like properly for 7 hours. Like I isolated myself for 8 months because I wanted to win. So sometimes like those are the things we do as competitors. So my cycle was pretty much like 10 p.m. till like next day 4 p.m. like work and like work and clients and everything, and then I sleep from 3 to 10. And when I wake up, it's night, and that's how I actually like didn't affect my weight scale, when I was actually going through that, because I understand some people, some of our clients are doing night shifts. So they don't have the recovery they're supposed to have. Some of them have kids and they don't get the recovery they're supposed to get because those are external factors you don't have control of. But like you got to do the basics right. But when you are frustrated in that place where you're stressed out, like you're not recovering properly, you will have the tendency to give up. That's where you do need a coach to tell you that you should not give up. You should unpack and do not panic about anything and like get things done. Like what you're doing is perfect and keep on doing it consistently. And if you need a break, we can actually give you that. So that's the process with regards to that. And the third reason is very important, and this one is for the ladies. So Angie, you can actually talk about this one because I actually like dealt with a few like last week, and like every week it happens. So anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. So when it comes to scale weight fluctuations for the females compared to the males,
Yeah,
yes, a female body will fluctuate a lot more,
yeah,
which is absolutely normal. Throughout the month, it will fluctuate. This is because of your cycle. Now,
yes,
when it comes to your cycle, there are two sides to it: a follicular phase and a luteal phase. That is your first half and your second half. I'm going to keep this very very short. Your second half of the cycle, because it is a long topic, but your
yes,
second half of the cycle is going to be the hardest to manage. This is
yes.
when your cravings go up, you're bloated. This is just before your actual period starts.
Yeah.
So bloating, cravings go up, headaches, nausea, etc., a whole bunch of reasons.
I think we lost Angie
Weight,
for a bit. Oh yeah, she's back.
am I?
You said something about yeah. Go ahead. Yeah,
Okay. So during this phase is when your scale weight tends to go up. It will skyrocket,
yeah,
sometimes to the extent of even 2 kilos. But we have to realize is that this is water retention mainly. Unless you give in to all this stress and cravings, etc., and you tend to binge and you overeat, that is when it will be fat gain. If not, it is just water gain.
yeah,
Now, the important thing is to realize this, to be aware of this. If you are someone that tracks your period, and I would recommend most females to track your period to some extent. If you're doing it manually, great. If you are doing it through an app, there are apps like Clue or Flow. You can download them and keep track, because this will give you a little bit of reassurance. Okay, if you're feeling very bloated, if your scale weight went up, have a look at the app or have a look at your manual, whichever way that you're tracking it, and you will realize, okay, I'm in my luteal phase. I will gain weight during this phase. It is normal. I shouldn't stress.
yes,
And before I stop, an important thing is when you're comparing your weight. Now, when you understand that throughout the month, it's going to go up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down throughout, and you have a phase where it's going to go up, it
yeah,
makes sense to compare, taking 2 months into consideration. You're going to compare week 1 of this month with week 1 of the second month, week 2
yes,
of this month with week 2 of the second month. That is
yes,
where you should do your weight comparison, and not Friday of this week with Wednesday of next week, because you could be in two different phases. Your body is going to be completely different in those two phases, and doing this will give you a lot more reassurance. It should bring down your stress, and just being aware that your body, this is going to be a very normal process, and
yes,
it is not fat gain. You don't have to give up your journey. Everything is on point as long as you're following the basics. The principles still apply. This doesn't mean that females can't lose body weight, or that. It just means that we will need to be a little more aware of our bodies and not get as stressed out. So
yes,
men have it a little bit easier, where they have, okay, one thing out of the equation.
yes. The hardest part
it,
out
it
of the
Yeah, but it doesn't mean so some people say that it is easier for men to lose weight than women. No, that is not the case. It is the same principles. They still
yes,
have to work hard, both parties. This is just something in addition that we have no control of, that is part of our lives, it's a part of our body. Just to be aware and work side by side with it, so that you don't stress out.
yes, exactly. So Angie actually explained that part of the explanation, the third topic. So after actually talking about this in conclusion, what I can say is like you need to understand few things. Like if you are actually like gaining weight or dropping weight, you are frustrated right now, about to give up. If I'm talking to you right now, don't like this live. If this actually help you not to give up and just understand that it's a process. This is how it is. I think we did our job, so that makes us happy. So just want you to understand it's a process, and it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. And even like in your weight loss journey, like let's say you're 100 kilos and you lose like the first 20 really fast, then the next 10 will be different. Next 10 will be a different ball game. It's not going to be like the same thing you're going to do. You might actually lose weight like eating 1,000 calories like when you're 120 to getting to 90.
Yeah.
But in order for you to go to the next phase, like let's say go to 80 or 70 or build muscle and all of that, like you need to focus on a lot of areas: recovery, sleep, and like eating right, like eating enough, not eating under eating. Because when you eat, like, because one of the things we actually experience is like in order for people to like lose weight, they actually like take very, very, very desperate measures where they don't
Yeah.
eat.
Yeah. Yeah.
So today I actually posted like a story on my Instagram about fasting, and you can actually watch that. It's not sustainable. I did say that like long term, I'm still saying that it's not sustainable, because that's actually a desperate measure in my opinion. But so what I need you to understand is not to panic when you are at this stage, like if you're at this place where your weight scale is going up and down, and just understand whether you are those three things we mentioned, like you're stressed or you're on your monthly cycle, or whether you have actually consumed some meals like outside, and it has actually had like higher amount of sodium that you're not supposed to consume, more than you're supposed to consume. So that's it for today's live, and I think we actually covered up all, and this is why it took 16 minutes. This is why we only decided to see three topics,
Yeah.
because we wanted to cut it short. Imagine if I we tell like 8 or 7, like it would have taken like 40 minutes, and we
For
wouldn't have
sure.
this many views. So anyway, so that's it. Like I hope you got value, and if you have questions, you can drop me a DM, and we can actually get back to you. And if you are in this place and if this helped you, just let us know, and it'll make us happy. So
Yeah.
that's it for today, and I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you guys next week. And yeah, we'll be doing more lives in the future, and so many
See you
great
guys
things
soon.
for Team Empire, and like lots of transformations as well. So
Yep.
that's it. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys soon.
See
See
you
you.
guys. Bye.
Bye bye.